Hello, hello, hello. It is the rocker, the headbanger, and the oddball back in the correct order, I think, with a short video put together to enter Steve at All the World's a Stage Acronym contest. My first of two contest entering videos in a row. Anyway, a quick aside, but just before I started recording, my latest and most ambitious yet Lego Technic set arrived. It's a near 4,000 piece McLaren P1. That should keep me off the streets for a while and give me some headphone listening time too while building it. Lovely, lovely stuff. Anyway, back to business and Steve's contest. Now, Steve has been a supporter of this channel since its inception, and for that I can only say thank you. And of course, enter this contest and place a link to Steve's wonderful channel up above there. Please go check it out if you haven't already. You probably have if you're watching this, but all the same, please go along. You will not be disappointed. Trust me. Where was I? The contest. Yes, the contest. Steve asked us to show 3 bands, albums, or songs consisting of an acronym. AHAM. That stands for And Here Are Mine. Now, I could have gone all easy and chosen bands like ELO or UFO, or songs such as, YMCA, DOA, NIB, or even Aerosmith's FINE, but I wanted to keep it clean. Anyway, first up, and I chose it because it's a band, a song, and an album, all 3 for the price of 1. It is, of course, alternating current / direct current, or ACDC for short, with their album, maybe, and song entitled TNT, an acronym, of course, for explosives. Very, very fitting for that band. Now, I chose this one not just because of the 3-way qualification, but also because the track TNT appears on the album High Voltage. Now, this is a confusing beast, this, because High Voltage and TNT are essentially the same album, in part anyway, on one side at least. Flip it over though, and depending on where in the world the record was released, you get TNT, Can I Sit Next to You? TNT, Can I Sit Next to You, Girl? Little Lover, She's Got Balls, and High Voltage on the High Voltage album. Whereas on TNT, you get in a hell of a mess. Whereas on TNT, you have TNT, Rocker, Can I Sit Next to You, Girl Again, High Voltage, and School Days. Now, I believe, and please correct me if I'm wrong, but the album TNT, this one, was released in their native Australia, with High Voltage. Well, please don't fall down. With this one being released in the rest of the world. Now, please correct me if I am wrong. Anyway, whatever, AC/DC are proving that back then they were writing songs of the highest intellectual caliber. Next up, I've chosen the track DISE from Bernie Torme's Electric Gypsies record. Sorry, Bernie. I sadly have no idea what DISE stands for. Maybe, drug-induced, staying elevated, deep in some experiment. Not a clue, sorry. Anyway, I chose this track because of the now sadly late Bernie's rather illustrious past. We first crossed paths in the early 80s when he was playing with Gillan. Remember them? Appearing on the Mr. Universe, Glory Road and Future Shock albums, where his unique bluesy, heavy rock guitar sound really came to the fore. It was a sound I absolutely adored. And after leaving Gillan and following the tragic death of Randy Rhoads, Bernie played a short stint with Ozzy Osbourne, rather controversially, at very short notice. Now, can you imagine a band continuing to tour these days so soon after a cornerstone of the group died? Unbelievable stuff. Anyway, following that, Bernie had a solo career, releasing Turn Out the Lights, Electric Gypsies, this one, and a live record, all of which I proudly own. This is the Electric Gypsies one, including a lovely white vinyl copy of Turn Out the Lights. Anyway, he carried on playing in various bands, latterly GMT, so another acronym, with John McCoy, the M, and Robin Guy, the G, obviously, before his untimely death at the age of only 66 in 2019, a really, really sad loss. For my final selection, I wanted to choose something a little left field, and I couldn't think of anything more in that direction than Roxy Music's eponymous debut on CD only, I'm afraid. And from it, I've chosen the track 2HB, so an acronym made up of numbers and letters. Come on, what more do you want? This is Careful with that Axe Eugene, and its very best. Now, as debut records go, this is right up there with the very, very best, with tracks such as Ladytron, Remake, Remodel, and of course, Virginia Plain. I can't quite believe that this record was released back in 1972, as it still sounds as fresh and exciting today as no doubt it did on its release. I am, of course, way too young to remember that. Apparently, 2HB stands for To Humphrey Bogart. All rather obvious, really, when listening to the lyrics, with the chorus repeating that famous bogey quote, "Here's looking at you, kid." I know I'm not going to do the impression. Humphrey Bogart and Brian Ferry, though, two of the uber coolest dudes out there, I think. So there you go, Steve. That's my entry to your contest. Until my next video, coincidentally, my entry into the auditory vinyls contest on Thursday. Just be nice to each other, okay? Such a simple thing to do. Just be nice. Ta-da.